All right, yeah, I know. I've been all over the place with the Bad Batch, but it simply comes down to the fact that I don't think every episode has been that great, especially over the course of the last five or six. At least half of them have been kind of stinky. And if not stinky, I just can't find myself to get invested into the characters in that story. So I always do film my reactions whenever I do these episodes, or at least for the most part, whenever I know I'm doing a reaction series for this show. But I just find myself after recording several of these reactions, like, is it even worth editing and posting? Because not enough people care about the actual episode itself. And it's just a waste of time because I really don't want to rewatch that episode. It wasn't that great while I'm editing it. It just comes down to time and what I really want to put my time and effort into and what you guys actually want to see. And most of these episodes you guys really don't want to see. But I've been hearing that this episode is an absolute banger. It's return to formula for the Bad Batch. We're getting a ton of stuff that apparently we wanted to see for a very, very long time in the next several episodes. So I'm very excited to see what the hell they're talking about. But before we get started, I just want to say, if you guys are new to the channel, please consider hitting that subscribe button, like button, turning on post notifications. But if you guys want to do to support the channel, I would greatly appreciate it. And if you guys want to see the full-length version of this reaction or any other reaction that I have on the channel, guys will find it right here on YouTube on my membership page. So if you guys can check that out as well, I would greatly appreciate it. So without further ado, I'm super excited. So let's go. All right, come on. Please be a banger. Please. For the love of God. Now that's what I call smooth sailing. Something is happening. That's a clone commando. Or something. Yeah, not human. Man, the music is freaky. Mount Tantus, please. Give it all. Give it all to me. And that looks like the ship that was at least supposed to maybe go here.
Notify me once our remaining vessels arrive, and see to the transfer of the assets.
Have the cargo taken below.
Assets? What assets? Because, I mean, anything that's going to Mount Tantus is like cloning experiment, right? Or it has to do with cloning. Yeah, because, I mean, why else... Why the hell would she be here?
Why does someone so talented prefer to rot in a cell instead of using their gifts to better the galaxy?
So are they just keeping her here until she gives in to helping them?
Don't you wish to be a part of such a scientific achievement?
I know what Emperor Palpatine seeks to accomplish, and he will not have my cooperation.
Know that I'll be taking over operations here on Tantus, and I can do far worse than confine you to a cell.
We lost communication with Transport 904.
Yeah, so that was the transport.
Were there any other Kaminoans taken off world prior to the destruction of Topoka City?
Their Prime Minister. He remains in Imperial custody on Coruscant.
Have him brought here.
All right, at least the cloning aspect of the plot is starting to pick up a little bit. Getting some mysteries unraveled by the end of the season, hopefully. But also asking more questions for the future. I just want them to set it up where it's exciting, but at the same time, they're not giving away too much. Because I feel like at the end of season 1, we didn't really have too much to go off of. I mean, we kind of saw Tantus, but Jesus Christ, I hate her.
I got a tip on a downed ship, which means cargo ripe for the taking.
Bro, I need to get the hell away from her. Like,
Fine. 50% as a token of my goodwill. Don't come back unless you scavenge something valuable.
What makes you think we'd come back at all?
Don't test me, Bandana. Just get it done.
Severing ties with Sid could be problematic, considering what she knows about us.
yeah, that's true. She could really screw them over.
There's a village here.
Looks like Canto Bite.
What kind of ship is this? Don't know. No hull markings.
Like, I feel like throughout this whole season, they really could have done what they've done in this episode so far. You know, show the Bad Batch on a mission, but also cutting to other things that kind of answer smaller questions that we might have after every episode. Or maybe something the Bad Batch does leads to repercussions with Tantus and all the cloning experiments and whatnot. I just wish everything was a little bit more connected, but I get it's a kid's show. It's supposed to be an adventure of the week type of show, so I get it. But at the same time, I wish it was a little bit more connective.
Something unfortunate happened here. Whatever did this wasn't human.
Are you sure? I'm really curious as to what this thing is.
This medical equipment is Kaminoan.
So what's it doing here?
Yeah, whatever it is, they're trying to clone it. Oh, shit.
What attacked this ship?
Looked like Cad Bane's droid for a second. I know it wasn't, but kind of reminded me of it.
These are reinforced walls. What were they keeping in here? I don't know.
Yeah, whatever it is, it's not nice. It looks a little like a Zillo Beast, like the mouth. Is it? It is, but it's small.
Does that thing look different to you? Fascinating.
Is it drawing like power from the... Looked like it was drawing power from the electricity. Yeah, I think I might be wrong. I don't know if it's a Zillo Beast. Because I'm trying to picture in my head what the Zillo Beast really looked like when we saw it in Clone Wars. But I can't really picture it. Like, especially, you know, more identifiable details.
Then how do we stop it?
Uncertain. However, this confirms that the species feeds on energy, which propels its rapid growth.
Oh, so they get bigger with electricity. Okay, that makes a lot of sense. Yeah, there's the Zillo Beast we know. Oh shit. They're going to retrieve it.
Hold on.
Yeah, they're not trying to kill it. They're just trying to pick it up or neutralize it so that they can take it. That was the same thing they used in Clone Wars, right? That laser.
They're not killing it. They're taking it. Let's not be next.
Now they're just gonna mess with the village people. Well, now the Empire knows that the Marauder was near them now. They at least have a lead now. I love the Clone Commando armor. They don't look like they should be in that lab, though.
The directive came straight from the Supreme Chancellor before he became Emperor. The creature's genetic material has the potential to be weaponized in the hands of the right scientist. From what I have gathered, I suspect the Empire did not destroy the cities on Kamino to end cloning. They merely wanted to control it.
Yeah, get rid of all competition. They want to be head honchos.
See what they can find out.
Yeah, I kind of figured we'd see Echo and Rex again this season. I mean, definitely Echo.
The creature has been recovered and is now safely secured below.
And our other guest?
The shuttle is arriving now.
Oh, the Prime Minister.
However, one vessel escaped our assault. It was a military-class shuttle.
Find out who it was.
Yeah, it's gonna put an immediate target on him.
If you know of a way to persuade the scientist, now would be the time to mention it.
There is a particular clone you must locate. A young girl. She is the key to
How very interesting.
How very interesting indeed. Yeah, man. Man, this is gonna be interesting. Yeah, they weren't kidding whenever they said it really picked up this episode, or at least it's leading into a pickup. Yeah, but that was the Bad Batch season 2, episode 11, Metamorphosis, and I really, really liked that episode. I think that was the strongest episode that we've had from this show in a few episodes now. I mean, I'm just going through the episode list, and I liked the first 2 episodes. The 3rd episode, I think, is the best episode in the season so far. 4 and 5. 6 was pretty good. Clone Conspiracy was phenomenal. Truth and Consequences, phenomenal. The Crossing and Retrieval, which were the last 2 episodes before this, they kind of connected. They just weren't that great. I mean, I thought episode 9 was going to lead into something with episode 10. That's why I did a reaction to episode 10. But I mean, every other episode this season, I feel like I've reacted to all of the good episodes. I've reacted to 1 through 3. I reacted to 6, or at least put my reactions out. I put my reactions out for 6, 7, and 8, but then I'm going to be putting this one out because this was a really good episode that actually connected with the story. And it begs the question, why don't they do what they did with this episode every single episode? And by that, I mean they cut back to something of significance or of something of interest that the audience can actually care about and, you know, dig their time into and their effort into and everything. Just, we have to care. That's the main thing with these shows, is we have to care. We have to feel the passion. And the passion's definitely there. These people love Star Wars. Obviously, you can't go wrong with Dave Filoni's Star Wars, but it just feels like some of these episodes really need a pick-me-up. They really need like a character to show up or the story to be a little bit more interesting. There to be more action. You know, it just, I feel like there needs to be a little bit more creativity too, just because I feel like a lot of the episodes have kind of blended together and kind of felt like the same kind of things from the first season that were filler. And there were characters in the first season. I'm sure we're going to see them in the future, but like people were like, oh yeah, they're just revealing these characters so that we can see them in the future. I mean, how many of those episodes have we had in these first 2 seasons where it's just like a character, hey, you can call me Benny, like the kid from last episode, and then they're just poof, gone forever after this episode. Sorry for ranting a little bit too much. I really liked this episode. I thought it was fantastic. Really nice seeing the Zillo Beast again. But everything going on with the cloning right now on Mount Tantus and bringing in all the Kaminoans that are still remaining, the Empire is kind of using them against their will. And now the Batch has a target on their back. I mean, they're going after Omega, and the Batch is going to try and stop that. So all of that's going to be very, very interesting. And I'm interested to see who this doctor is and see who this clone commando is that they kind of keep focusing on, the one with the gray and yellow and white armor. I think his name might be Scorch. I think he might have been in the first season. I can't remember. You guys can correct me down in the comments. I'm gonna go look it up as soon as I'm done recording this anyway. But yeah, things seem to be unraveling fast, so I'm very, very excited with the progression that we got in this episode, and hopefully that continues in the next several episodes leading into the finale, because I mean, we only have, what, 5 more episodes? 12, 13, 14, 15, and 16. Yeah, 5 more episodes. So it's going to be really, really interesting seeing all of this unfold. So let me know what you guys thought down in the comments below. If you guys are new to the channel, please consider hitting that subscribe button, like button, turning on post notifications, whatever you guys want to do. Support the channel. I would greatly appreciate it. And if you guys want to see the full-length version of this reaction or any other reaction that I have up on the channel, you guys will find it right here on YouTube on my membership page. So if you guys can check that out as well, I would greatly appreciate it. So hopefully you guys did enjoy, and I will see you all in the next one.